in the Gulf of Iran.
This just came in from the Persian Gulf.
The Airborne Alert Force is deployed from the Persian Gulf to the Arctic Ocean.
The files, and I came across this carbon copy of an inquiry he sent to Persian Gulf Command.
Designed, according to the spokesman, to block any possible move towards the oil fields in the Persian Gulf.
Vietnam, Beirut, Panama, Persian Gulf.
Open Strabo's scroll, Ptolemy's Atlas, a 1953 British sea chart, or the 2025 UN map server. They all stamp two stubborn words on this water, Persian Gulf. Yet a rival label, Arab Gulf, keeps echoing through news clips and hashtags. Can 6 decades of rhetoric rewrite 2 millennia of evidence? Tonight, we sail through time to find out. Welcome to AI Muse, where history meets mystery. Names are more than ink. They're time capsules. They tell us who patrolled a shoreline, who taxed the cargo, who drew the very first map. In the next 5 minutes, we'll ride cedar triremes, flip colonial charts, and sit in UN boardrooms to see why Persian Gulf keeps winning every cartographic tug-of-war. 1. Ancient ink, 5th century BCE historian Herodotus calls it Persicus Sinus. Strabo and Ptolemy repeat the phrase centuries later. Medieval maestro Al-Idrisi engraves Bar Faris, Sea of Persia, on his 1154 silver disc map, and Ming Dynasty translators keep the title. Why Persia? Because the Achaemenids and later the Sasanians patrolled these waters like toll gate keepers, levying taxes on spice ships the way modern states charge canal fees. Number 2. Maritime law and modern maps. Fast forward to Steam Age. Britain's Admiralty Chart, number 2847, 1892 revision, brands the inlet Persian Gulf in block caps. The International Hydrographic Organization, umpire of all sea names, still lists Persian Gulf, Gulf of Iran, in its S-23 manual, and any change requires approval from all member states. A 1994 UN editorial control memo reminds staff, use Persian Gulf in every United Nations document. When the UN writes a style guide, it's like setting the spell check of diplomacy. Number 3. The 1960s rebrand storm enter Pan-Arabism. Soaring speeches from Nasser to the Baathists pushed culture to unify under a single banner. One talking point, rename the Gulf. In 1967, Arab League pamphlets debuted Arabian Gulf, hoping semantics could mold solidarity. But maritime insurers balked. Switch a name mid-voyage and you're flirting with catastrophe. Wrong label, wrong port, wrong payout. Even U.S. foreign policy wobbled. A leaked 2017 briefing showed one administration flirting with the new term. Yet Pentagon navigation manuals never changed. Number 4. Data versus dispute. Type Persian Gulf into Google Scholar. About 470,000 academic hits. Type Arab Gulf, roughly 1/8. Algorithms echo archives. Sports? The Asian Football Confederation still registers Iran's coastal stadiums under the Persian Gulf zone. Aviation, IATA flight routes do the same. Rhetorical nudge. If satellites, insurers, pilots, and football refs all stick with Persian, does a trending hashtag outweigh their charts? Number 5. Cultural footprints. Purling songs from Bandarikong mention Darya-i Fars, Persian Sea, centuries before oil. Iranian poets like Saadi wrote of sailors tasting salt of Fars on their lips. Oral history keeps the label alive even when ink fades. Meanwhile, coastal Arab dialects until the 20th century used Khalj Faris. Again, Persian Gulf. The renaming debate is a late arrival wave, not an ancient riptide. If you think history deserves its true names, flex some Persian power. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so this story sails farther than any misinformation current. Seas don't swap identities overnight. They etch memories of empires, scholars, and treaties into every tide chart. The Persian Gulf is more than a geographic label. It's a living archive that has shrugged off conquerors, cartographic fashions, and PR campaigns for 25 centuries. So the next time someone unfolds a glossy new map and tries to erase those letters, remind them, ink fades, storms erase coastlines, but evidence floats. And on every credible chart, the tide of history still spells Persian Gulf, two words as enduring as the waters they name.